I can't believe we're about to do this.
I can.
I don't know what's about to happen.
Oh, trust me, you're in for it.
What's going on, people on YouTube? It's Master Guil. I'm here with my friend
CuJo 06241.
and we brought ourselves a special guest here, our friend Lokeise.
Yep.
We're about to show him a very special video, and we're going to record his reaction to it.
Oh, God.
Me and CuJo already seen it.
You can call me Justin, it doesn't matter.
Sure. Me and him already seen it, but unfortunately, this jackoff erased my video. No, I already know what's going to happen.
Well...
I already know what's going to happen. Don't say anything.
All he did was this. He wants to watch you think for 30 minutes.
And so now we're going to pull Lokeise in here, and this is going to be Lokeise reacts to Dipper Goes to Taco Bell. Please enjoy.
Should I overreact?
Oh, you know how to feel. Just play the video, dude. Let's get this roller coaster rolling.
Dipper goes to Taco Bell. It was a normal day in Gravity Falls, Oregon. Well, as normal as Gravity Falls gets anyways. Dipper Pines was reading his book, and Mabel, his twin sister, was wondering what he was doing.
Taco Bell? Why'd you want to go there? It smells like the bathroom when it's locked.
Ruggles Stan questioned.
I have my heart set on pancakes, Mabel moaned.
Listen, you can go to Taco Bell if you want to. Just don't go crying to me when you smell like expired onions.
Fine, I will, Dipper said harshly.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Grunkle Stan said, but as he was exiting the mystery shack, the door hit him on the way out. Said Grunkle Stan. He was laughing. So anyways, Mabel to the diner while Dipper tried to find
This kid's so
Taco
fucked
Bell.
up that I forgot that there was
He
some
had
funny
brought
parts
with
to
him
it.
his book and a couple bucks, but finding the taco... But as he was about to bite into it a second time, he felt a churning movement inside his body. Something that he had felt often.
Talking like this.
Dipper said. Then rushed to find the lavatory.
Oh, this is where
Man,
it
it
gets
really went
bad.
through me. Dipper said to
Oh,
himself,
shit.
for some
I don't think that was
reason,
the right word.
bathrooms were hidden in a corner, far from the counter and far from the table he was sitting at. When he walked in, he found that the bathrooms were surprisingly clean for a fast food restaurant anyway. And Dipper found this suspicious. All of the stalls were full, and no one was
Suspicious.
using the urinals. But right on cue, someone walked out of the stalls. Dipper didn't pay much attention to who was walking out, but he was wearing all black and had a plastic bag with him. Dipper just had to go. Unfortunately, he didn't make it in time. He checked his pants and found the worst of all. Diarrhea. He was about to leave the stall when he noticed a bulge in his pants. He touched the bulge, and once he touched it, he knew exactly what it was. It was an erection.
Oh my
He found
god.
himself completely aroused after touching it, and
Oh.
started to do it
Oh,
some
God.
more. Eventually, he was ready to hardcore masturbate. He didn't know what was arousing him, but he knew he was aroused. But not small. Penis. The tip was bright and red. Like
Why am I listening to this,
reindeer.
man? This
Dipper
off.
started to
Oh, no, you're not even close.
The 5-incher was getting pumped. Dipper's soiled hand started to feel bits of pre-cum on his dry fingers. Eventually, the medium-sized dick couldn't take it anymore and burst in an explosion of cum.
Oh my god.
All over the walls. And Dipper felt proud. He had creamed himself for the first time, but he was upset that she was not over Wendy. No, Dipper thought. All this is not enough for me. I need to release all of this. With his erection still active, Dipper began yanking his penis again. It was much quicker, and Dipper cummed quicker.
Oh.
It was a bigger release than last time, and it began to rain Dipper's seed. Dipper felt more proud than last time, his heart about to burst from all the droplets of cum falling from the
Swear to
seed.
God,
He
man.
felt it all of the year. He stuck out his tongue to test the cum. Shiny.
Oh my God.
Better than the largest chocolate bar. Better than the rarest.
If they don't get out of here with this bullcrap.
He was eating earlier.
Oh, it gets worse.
He couldn't leave now and miss out on this great masturbation adventure. He wanted to taste the cum. He scraped a handful of it off of the stall and put it in his dirty, wet mouth.
Oh, I just ate too.
And
We all ate.
Yeah.
he was getting more aroused by consuming the cum, and he released another load. So much of Dipper's cum that he started to make a snow angel in the cum, or a cum angel. He was eating some in the process. But
Ew.
then he looked to his side, and immediately became so hard that the red tip was touching his short pubic hair. He saw what was causing it. He saw his underwear covered in dark brown feces. He held up his underwear, which was covered in the cum-filled floor, and marveled at its erotic beauty. The feces were so beautifully ejaculated, so smooth in its sticky brownness,
This
so
is just gonna
perfect
get
they
worse.
felt in Dipper's
You
white
have no
hands.
idea.
He wanted his shit. Fish on the floor.
Oh my God.
Brown feces. His tongue was
I love how he called it
crackled.
that. This is just gonna get worse.
Mouth all
He
up
called
into
it.
a white mess. He was biting into the shit and sucked it into his mouth. It was more stimulating than before. He now knew that he didn't need Wendy or Mabel or any of the other girls in Gravity Falls. All he needed was a big pile of his shit. He took a scoop of the feces. He had a lot of diarrhea. And began
We need to be reminded. Do we need to be reminded of that?
He was getting more and more aroused. Once his dick was completely brown, he came again. It filled up all the spots in the stall that weren't covered in Dipper's cum. Once again, Dipper took big scoops of cum and consumed it in large gulps. Sweet cum.
You
Just
know,
thought of a great idea.
what I keep thinking about is that
Dipper took a
pretzel,
spoonful
that
of
pretzel
diarrhea and a
pizza
spoonful of
I
cum
ate earlier.
and put it in the
I
toilet.
was like,
He flushed it,
Ugh.
but before it went all the way down, he grabbed the whole cum and stuck it in his mouth.
Oh.
Dipper was consuming all of the shit
Put it in a
cum and toilet,
Ugh.
and it tasted great. He kept on doing it for God knows how long, and one of the times, he hit his head against the toilet rim.
We're just gonna eat
Dipper's
that?
brain must have been knocked out of
Oh, is that what I said?
Yeah, this is gonna eat
I
that.
was like, was he gonna eat that too?
He started to lather it on his penis again. He wanted more of his Johnson, but that would be a fatal mistake. Once it was covered again, he put it in his mouth and began sucking, but did it too hard. As he was sucking and coming, he accidentally bit on his dick. As soon as he tasted the blood, he broke out of coitus and saw his lacerated penis. Saw a mix of blood and cum coming out of it like a lava, and his erectile muscle pointing out. He grabbed it and grimaced in pain. He winced at it and looked horrified. He snapped out of it all and tried to figure out a
What would we do
solution
about
to the
someone
castration.
chopped off the
Some
thing
more
off? What were we
diarrhea.
doing all that shit that just
But that
did?
didn't stop the bleeding. Dipper spit out the piece of dick that he bit off. He tried to reattach it, but it didn't work. No matter how many times he tried to reattach it, they all failed. He put more of his reproductive fluids on the castration, but they only made his penis swell up like the Goodyear blimp. Dipper was licking the blood
like a
off.
year blood friendly.
But the blood was coming faster than he could lick. He was now in ultimate pain and felt nothing like this. He screamed as loud as he could and felt like no one could hear him. He screamed louder and louder, saying, "Help! I bit my dick off!" He was going insane. He stopped
Why would you yell this in the first place?
Help! As loud as he could. After a full 5 minutes, with a large mix of blood, cum, and feces on the floor, he was banging his head against the stall. The banging was louder than the loudest thunderstorm,
Why couldn't he
and
just
yet
open the
no
door?
one came for help. Dipper was alone in the bathroom, alone in the stall, alone with his
I don't want to be in his shoes.
I would
now
never
to
do
near
any of
death,
what he
and
did.
unfortunately he
Yeah.
was
Man,
near death.
No.
Not in the
After one
Taco Bell.
final loud screaming, Dipper was now as silent as Christmas Eve. He turned silent and fell in a mix of his own blood, cum and feces. At the Mystery Shack, Mabel was feeling very worried about Dipper, so she went off and tried to find him. She went off into the forest first. She knew where it was, and surprisingly, got there in less time than Dipper.
I got a feeling she's gonna get involved.
As she
in
entered the
something
newly
stupid.
cleaned door, she immediately noticed the once-bitten taco on one of the tables, and immediately
So she does.
Dipper's.
You'll
We
see.
didn't say
Rushed into
anything.
the men's bathroom. She liked to use the urinals, and rushed to the random stalls. It was the brothers. Mabel looked at how messy the stall was and how it was used to do the deed. Her pink sneakers were sticky from stepping into the reddish-brown mess of fluids. She walked around the messy stall for a bit, but then saw the most horrid sight she could imagine. Dipper's corpse. Mabel was welled up in tears at the sight of it. Began to cry. As she was crying, she sat down in a pile of the blood, feces, and cum and looked at Dipper's lifeless face.
Uh-oh.
It was beautiful. All its smooth facial features complemented his circle of cum.
How did I know this was gonna happen?
Mabel said through her tears.
Let me clean the white stuff off of your lips.
Mabel brought Dipper's head up to her, and she kissed him. After pulling out of the kiss, Mabel enjoyed it, and so she kissed him again. She didn't want to let go of Dipper, not now. Not when
That's
he
her
had just
brother,
died.
though. That's
He was her
fucked
brother,
up.
after all. Little girl, do you know what that is on your cheek? The man asked. Mabel repeated what the mysterious man did to her cheek and said back to him.
It's blood.
And with the blood being on your cheek, have you developed, shall we say, a desired taste for it? The man answered back. Mabel did not notice that the retractable chisel in his right hand.
Mister, I didn't intend to do this to my brother.
The man quieted her. If you like the addicting taste of it, why didn't you say so? And without warning, the man cut her across the chest with the chisel. She screamed at the pain of it. Blood started to pour out of the diagonal cut fast, almost covering her stomach. You can lick that up. Your blood probably tastes better than that, kids. Then the man gave another cut across her face. She screamed again, louder this time. Now you can get the blood close to your face. And just to make sure you're silent. The man then slit her across the neck. So he took the long knife and stabbed her in the middle of her chest where her heart was. Blood poured out of it more than
I couldn't
her
guess this
cut
whole
off
thing,
nipples
man.
did.
This is terrible.
Flesh of vagina. He very carefully
Yeah, it has 100,000
and
views.
stuck
I
the
know.
knife
This was
out of
uploaded
the
2 years.
While
Oh,
in
now
Mabel's coat,
3 years ago.
the man was
Terrible.
rotating the knife, cutting
I
up
wonder how many
the
people
walls
actually
of
get
Mabel's
through
ink
this.
chamber.
It's the first time I heard it,
The
I
tip of
couldn't
it
get through it.
got finally inside it, and very...
And I mean, I've seen a lot of horror
Snipped
movies and a lot of
every one
gross
of
out
Mabel's
movies like
Fallopians.
Slither
It
and
was on her
Seven
job.
and whatnot. This
He had to be
is
very
fucking
careful.
awful, dude.
He had done it many times before, but
serious.
today wasn't his best day. He accidentally slit some of the sides of Mabel's vagina, cutting into the muscle surrounding it. The man was very
I hear that
embarrassed.
part.
Shit, hopefully no one will notice that. He said to himself, he took the knife out of Mabel's hole, with ovaries and 2 fallopians on the blood-covered blade.
Oh my god.
The man got out a big plastic trash bag and sprayed the knife on it, making the contents on it go into the bag. But since the knife's handle was covered in more blood than it usually is, he accidentally let it slip, and it dug into Mabel's right shoulder. Perfect, the man said ominously. They went down the conveyor belt, and the employee, using spray cans, began to spray paint the body parts. Once they got to the Taco Bell tissue paper at the end of the conveyor belt, they looked like genuine tacos. The man grabbed one of the tacos, wrapped it in tissue paper, and went to the front of the counter. He handed it to the old man cashier, then went back into the depths of the kitchen. "Here's your taco, sir," the cashier said to the fat customer. "You're welcome," Seuss said, handing the cashier the money. The end.
Oh god.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Well,
I think that made me sick in the mind.
Yeah.
does that make you want a taco?
No.
I mean,
I'd never listen to that again.
I mean, unless my mom making it. I mean,
Fair
I
enough.
never really looked at Taco Bell like that anyway. I mean, I never wanted to eat that food. I was just like, oh well, that's them. Like, I enjoy my mother's tacos. Yeah, she makes good tacos though. I mean, like they're like a good 2 pounds.
Make sure you don't find any fingers in that.
And man, if I did, man, I was like, I don't know what to do.
Be like South Park. That South Park episode where Cartman made chopped up. I think it was
Chili.
yeah,
was
chili.
chili.
It's like Scott Tedderman or something.
Yeah.
Chopped up his parents and grind them up into chili. That was gruesome.
If I get tacos like that, I see a human head and I'm like,
Oh.
I'd be like, mine's still blinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I seen you seen this one YouTube video where it was like this guy. He was like at a sushi restaurant. It was some some type of restaurant or some fish restaurant or something like that. But it was like he had ordered a fish and it was blinking still. The head was cut off.
I think I've seen that. Yeah,
Yeah, I was
it
like-
was still blinking. Like
Like,
whoa.
man, if I stuck a knife in, I would have got a satisfaction of being like, I'm a grown man right now.
Oh man, to show that I gotta kill a fish.
I killed it after his head's been chopped off.
All right.
Man, like hours.
Alright, so there you have it. That's our friend Lokeise reacted to Dipper Goes to Taco Bell. Well, pretty much us still reacting to it too, even though we've already seen it and now we're remembering how fucked up it was.
I'm
And
never doing this again.
I'm not
Never
either.
again.
But it was a fun thought though. It was fun while it lasted.
No.
No, it wasn't. And so, Master Guil.
CuJo 06241.
DJ Lokeise.
And we're out.